This is Navajo Grandma, and guess what? Today is Happy New Year. It's October 1st, and it is called Ghaaji. Ghaaji means, let's look at it really close. Happy New Year. It's a time of renewal, and it also means it's back to back to the right at this point, you're going from the autumn or the summer season, it's back to back to the winter season. And what I wanted to share with you today is that today's October 1st, and of course, Happy New Year. It's a time of renewal, your new lease on life. And so it's Saturday, and it's a wonderful day. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's the beginning of the new year for the Dene people. It signifies right now a shift in life. Life is called Ina, and so October 1st is called Ghaaji, which means half. It's time for the separating of seasons. Remember, it's back to back. The warmer months are back to back with the colder months. And so they're meeting halfway. And it's a time when Mother Earth, Nihima, Nahazan, she's preparing for the change and the protection of, every species. Because the time when the squirrels start putting their food away, and you see the animals there, everything is moving, and they know the cold season is here. It's the end of the harvest, and a time when melons and squash and what other, like corn we talked about, the beans, the chichen, everything is being prepared for winter. And so the food storage is very important, and I'm going to keep this up here for you to look at. And it's Ghaaji is so important to the Navajo people. And again, the food storage is very important. Like when I will explain to you, when my Nolly and my Biji would go to great lengths and to ensure that we had proper preservation for the family, and through what? Drying, grinding, smoking, or for anything such as anything that would preserve the foods and from the gardens that we had harvested. And it's also amazing to see how a Native American woman, which is a Navajo woman, a Dene woman, my Biji would take a piece of corn and she would hold it in her hand, and to see if it was, basically how she would hold the corn, and she could automatically know whether she was going to use this for, for grinding or for baking or for stewing or for roasting. And that was through her hands. And she would take this and she would, she just automatically knew what to do with the corn. My Nolly basically would again check and refurbish his he would refurbish his underground root cellar. And during the October time, and even before then, to make sure all of the walls were straight, where we had the cupboards and things like that. We had the pottery to put the seeds in, or all the hanging things, the stuff that Grandpa hung, our flour, and for the yucca, as well as anything that would, the meats that would be there. After refurbishing, the cellar, my grandfather, it's just amazing how he took such good care. Again, it's a wonderful new year of preservation, of shelter, food, and personal reflection. And it's, again, a renewal of one's life, your ina. That's what it is. Ina means life. And there's our ancestral sacred traditions of a new year. Now, it was never according to the Gregorian calendar, but again, as the months were determined by, by the new moon and the name according to the general weather conditions and migration or birthing of certain wild game. And in those days, the weather patterns were different. In conclusion, it is the end of the growing season. It is the time of harvest of food and storage, and the time to rest, to renew, to teach, and to reflect and be prayerful. And again, looking at the tree before me, it's just absolutely lovely. And then the whole change of the seasons, the colors are so beautiful. It's also time for the 9-night Nightway chants. This is the Yei-Bi-Chei, and you go there the first night and you give your offerings, and this is where you get the blessings. You're being blessed for the coming year. During the winter, you're reflecting and you're renewing, and then you're telling stories and teaching through the stories. Winter brought families together into the Hogan. Storytelling was then used for education and fun animal stories. And remember about the coyotes and all that other stuff, the stars, how they came about. And that was the time we did the string games and etc. So it was a time for a Happy New Year, like as it is today. And Ghaaji, again, it's a back-to-back, and it's a halfway between the summer and winter, and fall is in between there. It's a time to renew, restore, repent, to pray, have food storage for the new year. Actually, food storage for the winter, and then this whole new year that again we have the new moon and we have a new life. And I hope you really take the time to remember this. Now, so if you can remember Navajo Grandma, this is Ghaaji. It means Happy New Year, and it's a time for renewal. And I hope this is a very simple Happy New Year. And I wish I had my hats and all the stuff that they blow on for the year. And I was going to show you really quick. I want to show you. I got these flowers from my daughter, and I got some from my son as well. And this was for my happy birthday, and I just wanted to share this with you. I put it in a bottle. Look how beautiful. Aren't those beautiful? Every time I see plants like this, I think of when Grandma was dyeing the wool, and these were wonderful right there. They were the best. And those, just the brownish color that you got from that, from, I don't know if what they're really called, black-eyed Susies or something like that. But these, I've had these flowers since Grandma's birthday, and they're so beautiful. And my son's birthday flowers were wonderful. Thank you for all those who wished me a happy birthday, and I'm giving you a Happy New Year. It's wonderful. It's not me giving it to you. It's just the way it is, and it's not according to the Gregorian calendar, like I said, and it's the earth and the way it moved, and how our ancestors would look at the weather and the animals and all the changes, the trees, and how beautiful the changing colors of the trees and the leaves, and how beautiful it's wonderful to see something to a certain extent. It dies, but it has a beautiful renewing in the springtime, and how lovely it is during the winter time. I hope you enjoy this, and I thank you so much, and have a wonderful day and a Happy New Year with many blessings from the Yei-Bi-Chei. Hagonet. This is Navajo Grandma saying, see you later, alligator. See you soon, baboon. After a while, crocodile. Love you all.